Off to Mariel to get Vulcanite, and now I just wonder, what did I forget? Start with a solar farm. The sun is 10% stronger here, but the days are 25 minutes long, so I did not bring enough accumulators to cover that. I collect all my belongings and set up core mining, just to realize I forgot centrifuges. That never happened. Off to Mario we go for Vulcanite. Sometime later we have core mining set up, a mini mall, our solar panels are back, and we have some burners to cover the gap the accumulators can't cover. But once again, I didn't do the math, and I need more centrifuges, and they take water, a lot of it, and this is a waterless planet. Then I accidentally fired my weapon, but rather than destroying a big chunk of my base, I realized the cryogun gives me water ice if I clean up the mess it makes. Oh, I've got water. My core mining is running well. Lots of Vulcanite. Maybe I'm supposed to make lots of small hops with this thing? I don't know. So I just use the emergency burn. I'm out of here. Then I waste some time planning for CME defense in orbit after failing to read the text that the umbrella defends novice and novice orbit. Mariel might be waterless, but novice orbit is not. There is a ton of water ice, and I start manually hauling it over to my waterless planet. This transmitter tells novice what Mariel needs so it can ship the right stuff. I discovered the editor extensions mod that lets me make a custom world where I can build stuff and take the blueprints to my real world. So I build a mall made entirely out of warehouses and inserters. And here's mall number 4. I continue trying to be a good neighbor. I boost plastic and sulfur. Back to Mario for my to-do list, mostly nuclear power. I'll use condenser turbines that recycle water since it's a waterless planet. Wait, did I forget the reactors? Ah! That didn't happen either. And I don't have enough water for this thing. I, once again, didn't do the math. We'll finish it later. Now, about this pyramid. I wonder what the best way is to fight the biters inside it. So, let's find out. Most people don't bring a tank into here, but why not? Even with confusion about how to put ammunition in my tank, this approach works out pretty well. It helps that I still don't have large biters. Next, I try the bio and cryo guns together. The cryo gun creates great walls that not only blocks the biters out, but kind of blocks me in making spitters hard to dodge, and the bioweapons area of effect is quite large and dangerous. Time to go full-on Rambo with my uranium bullets. Even with no armor, it's actually pretty easy. I have fun doing this many times. The tank was my favorite approach. Anyway, back to the game. That's full enough. Let's get out of here. And we'll just stick it in this warehouse for now. Playing with nuclear reactors in the sandbox, I made a simple 480 that stores the steam in tanks and only delivers power when needed, so it doesn't waste unnecessarily. If I try to scale that up, however, to a 8 size, a 1.1 gig, it doesn't work. It starts failing because the steam cannot get to the ends fast enough to keep it going. So I built this variant I was thinking of using that throws extra pumps in the middle to make sure the steam gets down there, and that can maintain. This is one choice for a condenser turbine based one that runs at 360. However, the steam will get to the ends faster with pumps as well. So this is the one I actually built in Mariel. Alright, this rocket's loaded. Time to go to space and start setting up production science. Duh. I guess 99% safe is not 100. Space science is pretty complicated, so I set up a blueprint. I have to return for more supplies. Might as well bring some water for Mario. Why do I bother telling the capsule where to land? I eventually get nuclear power working on Mariel to feed some very hungry machines, which includes some meteor defense silos. And then I also set up a second source of Vulcanite production from a Vulcanite ore patch right here. So I was looking over my map and, what? How did they get there? You can't walk the water. Now that I have Vulcanite, I can use Pyroflux-based smelting for a 50% boost in productivity for glass, copper, iron, and steel. That simplifies my core mining area significantly, and simplifies this whole iron and steel production even more. I start pivoting Mario to delivering supplies via delivery cannon instead of sending whole rockets. Need more copper. And it all comes together with production science. I don't need many buildings for this. I need 5 for the plasma generator ion streams and 2 for machine learning cards. Otherwise, we have production science. This will unlock Covarex, uranium processing for me, as well as small area beacons, which would be great for productivity. And we're off. At this point, I wonder to myself, what are my objectives? Let's make a list. Alright, number 1 should be obvious. Maximize fun. It's a game. This rule will break all other rules if something is just not going to be fun. Alright, rule 2, do it differently from last time. This is my second run-through of space exploration. It's much more complete than last time, so some stuff I'll have to do differently, but I'm going to mostly avoid the paths I took last time, like no nuclear power on Novice. I did that last time. Next rule, no AFK playing. If there's a bottleneck someplace, I'll just keep working on optimizing it. That's supposed to be part of the fun of this game. Rule 4 is the flip side. Avoid premature optimization. I can always optimize something later. If I optimize it early, I might regret it because a new tech might come by to make it more efficient to do later, or it might not actually be a bottleneck because some other crazy thing might come by that really causes a problem. So I'll delay optimization. Last rule is to build for the current tech level I'm at, and by that I mean I won't lay out a build with a blueprint designed for several tech levels ahead with space to put machines that I expect to unlock soon. If I don't have machines yet, I'll just build for what I've got, and if I have to rebuild the whole thing later, whatever, I'll rebuild the whole thing later. By the time I optimize something, I've already put it off for a while. After all, I didn't optimize prematurely. On that note, this video's done. Let's get out of here. And of course, my last capsule launch goes awry. In fact, the game tries to get me killed by a train. Thank you so much.